non-repeating numbers. Given an array A containing 2 multiplied by n plus 2 positive numbers, out of which 2n numbers exist in pairs, whereas the other two numbers occur exactly once and are distinct. Find the other two numbers. So let's have a look in the example. There is an array for which n equal to 2, and if n equal to 2, so there will be total 2n plus 2, which is 6 elements, out of which 2n numbers exist in pair. Means for this array 2 into n means 4 numbers will be in pair, like 1 and 1, they both are in pairs. 2 and 2, they both are in pairs, and there exist two numbers which occur only once. So for this example, 3 and 4 occurs only once, so the output is 3 and 4. Another let's have a look at in another example, which is for n equal to 1, and if n equal to 1, the total number of elements in that array would be 2 into n plus 2, that is 4. So 4 elements, and out of which 2n numbers, that is this one 2 and this 2 will be in pair, and other two will be in occur exactly once, so the output is 1 3. So let's have a look how we'll implement this question. Yeah, so let's take an example, this one 1 2 3 2 1 4, 1 2 3 2 1 and 4. So let's first talk about the naive solution. What would be the naive solution is simply start with the first element of the array and iterate to the whole array and count the number of the frequency of that number. So if we'll start with this one, that is the first position of the array, we'll iterate through the whole array and count the presence of it, and we'll get that it is exactly present twice, so we'll just ignore it, and we'll come again with second value of this array, that is 2, and we'll again check for this in the whole array, and we'll get that 2 is present exactly 2 times, so we'll just ignore it, because what we need is we need to tell that the numbers that are not repeated, and then we'll come to 3, we'll again check for the whole array, and we'll find that there is no other 3 present in the array, so we'll just simply store this value, and we'll again go with follow the same procedure. What would be the time complexity of this implementation? This will be O of n square. Why? Because we are iterating through the whole array for every element. Means for this element we are iterating through the whole array, and for this we are again iterating through the whole array, so this implementation will take O of n square. But there is a better approach. This better approach uses bit manipulation. We'll just use the concept of bits. So let me explain you what's the implementation. So let's take an example, similar example, 1 2, let me check, 1 2 3 2 1 4, 1 2 3 2 1 4. Okay, so now what we could do is in bitwise operators there is an operator called XOR. What XOR does is it simply returns 1 if the operands are different, and it returns 0 if the operands are same. For example, 0 XOR 0 will return 0 because both the operands, that is both the bits, are same. Similarly, 1 XOR 1 will give 0 because both the operands are same, and 0 XOR 1 will give 1. Why? Because both the operands, that is both these bits, are different. So we could use this XOR operator for doing this question. So how we will do this question? First of all, what we will do is XOR this whole array. Means we'll XOR all the elements of this array like this. 1 XOR 2 XOR 3 XOR 2 XOR 1 XOR 4. We will XOR all the elements of this array. So first of all, XOR is XOR follows commutative law, that is A XOR B equal to B XOR A. Okay, so while doing XOR of the whole array, this one will cancel this one and this 2 will cancel this 2, because 1 XOR 1, if we'll convert 1 into by a binary operator, binary representation, the value would be 0 0 0, 32 bits 0, and lastly 1. Again we'll do 0 1 XOR 1 similarly, so the result will be 0 0 and all zeros, because all the bits are same. Okay, so 1 will cancel 1, similarly 2 will cancel 2, and 3 and the left outs are 3 and 4. So 3 XOR 4, that is let's see what is 3 in binary representation. 1 1 0, let's consider 3 bits only, and 4 is 1 0 0. So the XOR of these two, 3 and 4, will be 1 and 0, they both are different, so it will be 1 1 and 0, they both are again different, 1 and 1. So this is equal to 7 in decimal. So XOR of this array is 7. So can you guess that why have we done XOR? See, we need to find the non-repeating numbers, that is 3 and 4, and we have got this number 3 and 4 with the help of XOR, but it extended one level further to, so that so we got 7, but that is what we need. We don't need 7, we need the 3 and 4. So here the question becomes a little bit tricky, where we need to find the numbers from which this 7 has been breached. So how could we do that? Let's see it. Let me erase it. So now we have got the 7, so we need to find something that will help us to get these numbers. So what we could do is, we could simply see, first of all, 7 in binary is 1 1 and 1, and if we do 7 minus 1, that is 1 1 0, and we'll do, and this is 6 by the way, and if we do a negation of 6, that is 0 0 1, and then if we do AND operation for these two numbers, what we'll get is 1 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0. So what's the purpose of doing this? I have simply done this expression. I'll explain through this expression. What I have done is, let's suppose the 7 is stored in XOR variable. So what I have done is XOR and negation of XOR minus 1. So what this expression will do is, this expression will give us a number which has only one set bit, that is that the whole binary representation of the number has only one set bit, and that the position of that set bit is at the rightmost set bit of this XOR. Okay, so let's suppose there is 7. What I have said, this expression will fetch us the binary representation of a number that has only one set bit, which is this. In the resultant value, there is only one set bit, and that the position of this set bit will be equal to the last position of the set bit in the binary representation of that number, that is this. So the position of the last set bit from the left hand side, or you could say the first position of the set bit from the right hand side. So this is the first position of the rightmost set bit, and we'll get this. So what is the purpose of getting this number? So you guys know that XOR returns different operands if both are different. Sorry, it returns 1 if both the operands are 1 are different, and it returns 0 if both are same. So we have got 1 over here. So that means we could check from this array that which number has 0 over here or which have 1 over here. So if a number has 0 over here, we could separate it in another group, and if we have 1 over here, we could separate it in another group. So I think you guys have understand it. So let's implement the solution. Find the other two numbers, and so there's also one thing we need to notice, that the list must be in ascending order. So let's take one variable which is int XOR equal to 0. This is so that we could store the XOR of this array, and int result 1 equal to 0, or I could simply write like this. So now let's do the XOR of whole array. Make sure that this is nums.length, not nums.length followed by a parenthesis, because it's not a method, it's a property of an array. Length is a property of an array, not a method. So make sure that it is not followed by a parenthesis. So this will give us the XOR, means this one we'll get 7 in the XOR variable. So now what we need to do is we need to find a number which has only one set bit, and that the position of this set bit is the rightmost set bit of the original XOR. So this expression which I told you earlier will do the job. And -1. So in num variable we'll get what I said you earlier. So now what we need to do is we need to find a group of numbers which have 0 in that position, which, for example, if we get 0 0 0 1 0 0, so what we now have to do is we need to find the numbers from the original array which has 0 in this position or 1 in this position. So we'll do like this: if num and arr of nums of I equal to 0, we'll simply check this by doing a AND operator, because in the AND operator 0 is more powerful. A and 0 equal to 0, because 0 is the most powerful in AND operator. We'll simply do the XOR. Now we have got both the variables. Now we need to return it in an integer array. So let's create an integer array of size 2, because that is only what we need. So let's AR. So since we need to return the array in ascending order, let's do a check over here. So error 0 will be res1 greater less than res2. We'll just do a check over here. So we'll one greater than res2, res1, otherwise res2. Return the array. Let's compile it. Incompatible types. Oh, I forgot the square brackets. What's the problem? Bad operand types for oh, I think so I need to enclose it in the parenthesis. Yeah, so the output is correct, 3 and 4. Yeah, so finally the code is submitted. So the main point in this question is we need to find a number which has only one set bit, and that the position of that set bit is the rightmost set bit in the XOR, from this number we'll simply create two groups in this original array, from which we could find the two numbers that are only present once. Thank you.